Hey, we're Tracie and Rich, and we're an Aussie couple in our mid-50s who were fed up with things in Australia and decided to explore moving overseas. We're currently in Malaysia, and today we're going to talk about some up-close and personal stuff.
One of the big things we didn't expect when we moved overseas is how welcoming the expat community was. And the other day we attended a Thanksgiving dinner, first one for me, second one for Tracy, and met a whole new bunch of expat people and got us thinking and being thankful, I suppose, for meeting those people. And we want to have a chat about the biggest thing we didn't expect moving overseas.
Just let me wing it then. We got invited to a Thanksgiving dinner with a bunch of expats here in Penang last Thursday night. We thought it was such a great evening, and between us we were chatting about how easy it's been to meet people here and how welcoming people are. So we thought we'd chat about that today, because we know there's been a few comments from people who have had concerns about what it's like when you move overseas and you're moving away from friends and family, and what it's like to meet new people.
And yeah, it's definitely hard, the friends and family part, and we do miss them. But we've found along the way is just meeting different people at different circumstances. And suddenly we're doing things that we wouldn't do. So Thanksgiving dinner, first time we've ever been to one, your second. Sunday night picnic on the foreshore one night.
Yep.
Just doing a lot of things to get out there. And look, part of it is that you've got to get out there and do it. Like when we interviewed Ash, he was talking about that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And some nights he doesn't feel like networking, but you've got to do that.
So we were lucky in how we met Max, because Max has really involved us in the community, and we happened to meet him when we were moving out of our last apartment, and he was the person we were handing over the keys to for the owner, and a really lovely guy who's like just one of those inclusive people.
Definitely.
He's invited us to lots of things, and there's been things we haven't been able to make it to. We went, the first thing was a picnic on the foreshore. Lots of great people there, probably a younger crowd for us, whereas the Thanksgiving dinner that Max invited us to on Thursday night was some older people. When I say older, it was really a mix of probably people in their 30s, would you say?
Well,
40s,
yeah. Well, Max
50s.
won't tell us his age, so we're not sure what age he is.
Yeah.
But definitely was that. The picnic was, younger families and all that there. But I suppose the thing is just getting out there and doing things like, we've been on a bike ride with Max and Mark from Thailand.
And Mark actually moved into the apartment we moved out of. We call him Uncle Mark. So he's living in Thailand from New Zealand. And we did a bike ride with those two guys.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
I suppose the thing is, just out there making friends and why everyone's here. And it's a different, I just find it a little bit different. People aren't, you're not saying anything about people back home, but they're not judgy, are they?
Well, no, and I think probably like that leads us into probably those conversations around clickiness, and I have noticed that back in Geelong. I'm not from Geelong, but I have been in Geelong for 20 years. I do still have school friends, but I've moved a lot, so I've made new friends along the way in different cities I've lived in, and I think that was a concern for you, wasn't it? Like, because you hadn't.
No, like I still played golf with a guy I went to primary school with every week, and we've had some other people play golf with us, but it doesn't overly lead somewhere, and that's probably I'll take on a board. That's probably me. But you seem to have a range of friends. You've almost got a container. There's like a container. You only have so many people in that friendship group around there, so it's very hard to bring new people into the fold.
Oh, and I don't feel that. I have a completely different experience to Rich, probably because I have lived in other places, and I don't feel like, you can only have this many amount of people. I have noticed with, I could never really break into your friendship group. It was like I always felt like on the outer, so maybe, it's different here, meeting people together.
Definitely. Yeah. That's it. They become our friends. It's not like, we're going to go visit your friend or my friend that you've known for ages.
Yeah.
It's like, we've got some new friends to meet here, and I suppose the other thing I find is just how how helpful they are as well. They've been in the same boat, haven't they?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like people from a town that have been there their whole lives don't have the skill set of opening their world up to new people, or the understanding of what it's like for people who don't know anyone. I think people who have moved around a bit and or have tried living in a different country, they're so open to meeting you. They're up for experience too, I think is what it is. Like they're up for the experience and the excitement of meeting new people. And some of the people we met the other night were like Steve. So he was someone who's moved from America. He'd lived in Malaysia for a while with work, went back to America and just knew he wanted to come back. So we learnt so much from him about the MM2H visa.
Correct.
Where he's chosen to live here in Penang, what his experience is, and he was just so open to sharing his experience with us.
Yeah, everyone was on the night, weren't they? So, and I think that, and then if you've got a problem, it's like easy to, put something up in a WhatsApp group. And maybe WhatsApp's made things a lot easier these days too. Like our WhatsApp are just full with different groups, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you can just throw a question out. Hey, has anyone had this experience? Or you need a dentist the other night.
Yes.
So you could just ask, anyone know an emergency dentist?
You just made me think of my crack tooth.
Okay, sorry about that. It's getting there. So that's another story about the dental experience anyway.
Yeah.
So what else have you found about the expats, babe?
What else have I found about the expats? We can cut this bit out, can't
Sure.
we?
Yeah. Well, we'll just come up with something else. So what's the biggest difference you found, like with the people we've met here to say back at home?
I think you touched on it before. There's less judginess, I think. I don't know. And as you grow and change, the people who you've had in your life forever, your family, and don't want you to change. Whereas when you meet new people, they don't know who you were before, so they're accepting you for who you are right now.
Yeah.
And I think especially like for you, you've had some big changes across the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, yeah.
Even before you met me, you changed a lot.
Yeah, you definitely.
So I think you meet new people and they only know you as who you are today. So they're not judging you on, you've changed. You're not the same person that you were.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the case. As you said, definitely for me, because they only know the person they meet in that room at that moment.
Yeah.
And I suppose they're more question. What's your story? How did you end up here? So it's like a new relationship. Yeah. Speed dating.
You know, like when you meet someone and it's like there's so many exciting stories. It is a bit like that.
Yeah. Well, and everyone has got a story. Like how did you end up? You were born in America, or Australia, or wherever, Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Just threw that one out. How did you end up here?
Yeah.
So they've got a story to tell of how they did, and everyone's got a different story.
Yeah.
And they're interested in the story, and they've been in the same boat. They understand it. They've moved to a country not knowing anybody, and suddenly you're at a dinner with all these people that have been there for years having a great time.
And we've actually, one of my favourite people we've met here in Malaysia is a new neighbour that we have, John Paul. And he is...
He's a repat.
He is. He actually left Malaysia 30 years ago and has lived in the US for the last 30 years. We met him we were in the lift. Who did we have? We had Ash here visiting us, and it was his last night. We thought, let's go out, let's do a bit of bar hopping.
We just actually filmed that video, so everyone will know that we were in a merry state.
Yeah. And then, so we were at the lift, bumped into him, started chatting, and we said, come have a drink with us. And he did, and he's turned out to be the most amazing person to have, especially for me. With the, he can translate things. He speaks, I don't know how many languages, but he's had guests come and stay that we've met as well and got to hang out and have shared meals with. And so he's been a really cool new friend to make. Yeah,
and that was a chance meeting, even though the funny thing is we've lived on the same floor now for a month, and it's the only time we've ever seen him.
Well, he'd only just moved in.
Yeah, but I mean, since then, we've never met him in the elevator again, have we?
No. It's only that we're friends now, we're like, come over and have a drink with us, or come over and have dinner with us.
So it was a real chance, one of those chance meetings, same as like how we met Max, right? We lived there for a month, never met him, and it was only because we said, no, we want to check out early, that the landlord got somebody in to help us out. Otherwise, we never would do it. And the flow on the domino effect, the sliding door effect, isn't it, of all those other people. So it's really been, I suppose, for me personally, given me a lot of confidence in the move we've made and the ability to, you can move somewhere. You know, if someone's thinking, oh, should I do it?
Okay, so where do you think you were lacking confidence? What did you worry about before you got here and just naturally met new people?
Oh, I think it's just that. Probably for me, it's be the overthinking, no doubt. Oh, geez, you know, am I going to meet anybody, and you know, what's it like? And you know, having that same circle of friends for 20, 30 years, and you know, you might meet somebody new occasionally, but yes, and then like, oh, okay, well, I suppose the other thing is that when you meet somebody, well, you've got to make an effort, right? Like, people have done it. You've met friends at work, and then you start working together, and then you don't catch up because you're not seeing each other.
But were you only friends with them because you saw them at work?
I don't know. Well, who knows? Or maybe just life moves on as well. That happens, doesn't it? You know, like you would have had a lot of friends in Wagga that you no longer talk to.
Wagga.
I'm just trying to throw something up there. But, you know, you've been in town.
Yes.
Well, even Torquay, right? You would have friends in Torquay that you live 15 minutes away from that maybe you never saw again. I don't know.
Funny, no, I didn't. Like, because I've worked from home for so long and the kids were little. We had a couple of close friends that we had a falling out with. But other than that,
there's another story.
Yeah, that's a whole
Can I ask questions on that one?
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, is it in the expat life video or not? Or maybe another one?
Maybe another one.
Okay.
We'll if we want to delve into past life stuff.
Okay, there's one.
That's what I said to you before. How deep do you want to go in this?
Yeah. So have you found it easier making friends here than back home? Back in Australia? I keep saying home, but back in Australia.
I probably do, because the weather is so amazing here and we're out and about. Like, I probably spend less time out of the house. At home in Victoria, I'm so bloody cold all the time that I don't want to leave the house. Whereas here, you can see the blue sky behind us. It makes me want to go out and do things. I still work lots of hours. But like yesterday, we had to go find a dentist, broken tooth thing, and we found ourselves in a whole new area we didn't even know existed, ate some amazing food with a broken tooth, and then decided to jump on the bike and go over to the mainland. And
first time across there, apart from catching the train. So we jumped on the bike, went across the bridge, which had a bike lane, which was great, not knowing the bridge was 18 kilometres long, but that's okay. And got across the other side and went,
So I think for me, yes, I've met people here because I'm out and about more. And I haven't done the BNI thing, and someone that I've connected with online, he sent me a message last night saying, hey, we've got our next BNI face-to-face because they only do it once a month. Do you want to come? And I was like, I was thinking about hiring a car and going down to the Ghost City this week, but I might do that on Tuesday. We'll see.
I think it's just, maybe these days with technology and WhatsApp too, hey, just what's your WhatsApp number, jump on and look, you know, everyone does it over here, probably more than back home, although that's probably coming back more into happening these days. Of what we've found. So, and
do you find that expats here support each other more than friends at home? Because I've got a view of what I think about you with new people here compared to at home.
Which is what?
I think you are really outgoing here. I feel like you are more comfortable being yourself here. I see you reaching out to people. Which, you know, like I know you've got your golf group and your footy group at home, and you guys have your normal conversations. But I actually see you reaching out to invite people to things or to see if people want to do things. Like even yesterday when you said, let's have a drink with JP this afternoon when we get home, and I was like, oh, I don't feel like hanging out with anyone, I'm too tired. But at home, you don't instigate social circumstances. So I wonder if you're more comfortable being the real Rich here.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, thank you for the observation. I hadn't thought about it more, and look, JP's probably an easy one to invite for a drink because he lives 2 steps away. It's like having, your next door neighbour, rather than, jumping on a bike and going somewhere. I suppose that, you lose the comfortability of having, people that you know around you. So
what do you mean by that?
Well, back at home, I could easily, I'd see Woody every week, right, playing golf. So it's kind of like, there's a social event in a sense that was, for me, or there's an annual golf trip, or there's a footy dinner, or something like that. So there's always things about. But while over here, unless you go out of your way to do something, there's nothing.
Yeah, but why? What's the difference? And for me, I've noticed the difference is that you include me on those things, whereas at home, you don't include me on your social things.
Yeah, I think it was just the way that, becoming single, the way it was, I did a lot of single bloke things because there was nothing, because that's what my group, what it ended up being was just, there's a, footy lunch, there's a golf trip, there's this, and it's just a single life.
Even though we'd been together for years?
I suppose that maybe it was comfortability of, they're the things and there's a certain amount of socialising I like to do, and then another time I just like to be by myself or with you. So it was almost like the cup was filled with that.
So you can see we've had conversations around this before. We've had upsets around this before. So I don't know, I find you include me here and you didn't include me back in Australia.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a positive, isn't it?
Yes, it's a positive.
Let's take that as me, take the positive out of all that.
Yeah.
I suppose you've just got to, otherwise, and the other thing is that I've never really worked from home before. I've always had the opportunity to go to my warehouse.
Yeah.
And while here, I don't. Like, I work during the morning, I'll go down and have a swim and all that there. So maybe, I got my, even just running into people at work or whatever, I got my little bit of my fill.
Yeah.
While here, there is you and I, and, you work longer hours than I do, so I've got to get my fill other ways. And so, being more involved. And I think also the fact of just being so welcomed that you reciprocate it.
Yes, but I feel like you created it as well.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to think of times I have created. Like, I'm really trying, apart from just going for a drink. And maybe, the other fact is that, we've had people over here, right? So we've had, like, Emmy was over here, but then we've had, like, Dean, my mate Dean was here, so it's the 3 of us doing stuff. Ash came over for a week, so 3 of us doing stuff, even, Gav and Karen. There was that group. So there's, I'm not going to go, my mate's here, I'm going off and doing this. It's like, let's all do it together. So maybe it's different circumstances, or maybe I've grown and learned.
maybe. So what would is there a difference for you in how you value connection now?
I think there is, I kind of, probably, this goes into a deeper thing that I do take a lot of things for granted. And being over here, you can quite easily be by yourself, and if that's what you want to do, cool. But I still do miss that connection and meeting people, which surprises me.
What do you mean you miss that connection?
Well, like when you're over here. So we moved over here probably that first month. Even the first 6 weeks, right? We were in KL for a bit, and then we were in the other apartment. Like, we didn't meet anybody.
We were really sick though.
Yeah, we were, and we didn't have a bike and all those things. So we were pretty isolated, even though we were amongst the whole group of people. We didn't really meet anybody, and it was that chance meeting and meeting Max on the way out.
Yes.
That then led to him inviting us to things and the picnic and meeting people, and maybe having for me, maybe it was a bit of confidence of, oh wow, look, people are so friendly and opening and warming and all that there. So maybe it was just that. Then suddenly meeting people and realise, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What about yourself?
What about myself?
Well, you're always a social person anyway, so you're... and inviting and good at asking questions.
I want to have a dinner party, and one night I said to Rich, let's just get in the expat group and say we want to have a couple of people over for dinner. Let's just invite some random strangers over for dinner. And he was like, no way, we're not doing that. No way, wouldn't let us do it. Would you let me do that now?
I'd still have concerns about it. I'd overthink it and think, what if they're fucking boring?
We haven't met a single boring person.
I know, but I'll be like, that's a long time.
Even the comments on our videos, people tell us they're coming and I'm like, let's catch up for a drink, okay. Let's meet each other.
So let's go this way. Back in your single days, would you just have dinner straight away with somebody, or would you have coffee?
It's very different having dinner with a couple, or and it's very yes, I would. I've seen these groups on TikTok and they have a dinner party for 6 with random strangers. I don't know whether they collect business cards or whatever, but I would love to do that here.
Let's set a challenge. Let's do that in the next 3 months.
I would love to have a dinner party here with some complete randoms, people who. So if you're coming to Penang and you want to come for dinner, what's the date now? It's like
it's 30th of November.
So tomorrow's 1st of December.
Yep.
So I want to challenge you to let me have a dinner party.
By the end of the year, we'll do that.
Okay, we've got a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, that's it. Christmas coming up, and we're going on a diet. So as you notice, we're drinking coffee today.
I know we have. We've put on the I reckon I've put on 6 or 7 kilos, and I'm almost not wanting to be on the video.
Yes.
That's another thing about being here as well, that I don't know whether we want to talk about in this video or another video, is giving up needing to look a certain way, or needing to have certain things, or needing appearances and things that.
Yeah, like even today, like you said, I need to have a shower and be ready, so don't rush me.
Yep.
So I was expecting you to be an hour and a half, because I thought you can do your hair, which takes a long time.
Well, it does. So I've left
so you come out after
wet.
You've come out after 20 minutes. I was like, okay, shit, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And the other video would be really interesting, maybe, is what you thought it would be like over here and what it actually is.
So ask that again.
What you thought, so your premonition of what it would be like when you moved over here to what it actually has become.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar. I did think we'd be out exploring more. I do get freaking tired after, a week of work, but I would like to go, all right, on Tuesday we're going to hire a car and drive down to the Ghost City for the rest of the week. We only need our computer for work.
Well, correct, yeah. We do have to get out of it a bit more. And we have had times where we haven't had any transport at all. We've got a bike again now, which is...
But we need a car to do stuff like that. We can't do that on a bike.
No, correct, yeah. It is a fair way away. So we definitely do need to get out more and get all that. So there's a lot of things. But anyway, all right, we'll have a dinner party by the end of the year.
Yep. Who's coming?
Well, you said they're randoms. Oh, you're asking the apply.
If you're watching this in the next week, because I want to organise this for, say, maybe not next weekend, the weekend after, because I really would like to drive down to the Forest City, Ghost City, whatever it's called, Johor. So if you're watching this, I'm thinking the middle of December, the second weekend in December.
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments and we'll find out. So I suppose, just looking at our battery, he's about to die. So I suppose that the purpose of this video was really, I was thankful for the expat community and how generous they've been and welcoming.
Yes.
And that's not something I'd normally say, but it has really made me stop and think about how it was. And for your experience in a...
I mean, I just love it. I do. I love meeting new people anyway. That's just something about me that I really enjoy. It makes me feel alive. And the other thing I've been thinking is I want to be a nana to some babies here. I miss my grandson so much. I've been dreaming about him a lot. So that's another thing I'd like to do, is be involved. Like, not that I want to babysit all the time, but I love cooking for people. I'd like to build up that sort of community.
Yeah, well, yeah, the cooking side definitely, because that's something we haven't done a lot of, and you know, you made a lasagna last week. Oh God, I've missed that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's probably settling into place. And as we've said earlier, we're not sure if Malaysia's going to be the place. You've applied for your visa. I'm waiting on a letter from my accountant, so hopefully I'll apply for mine. But that's going to take 3 months. So that's by the time we leave the country, which is 8 weeks time now. We're not going to have our visa, so we're going to have to work out what we're going to do in the meantime.
I just got a message from someone on Instagram actually, and she said Cambodia is pretty cool. That's another place we've got to explore.
Yeah, he said, well, there's so many places that we've got to, you know.
So
I had the dream of, remember when I said we're going to live in KL? I said, every second week we'll be on a plane. And you're like, maybe not. So we've got to balance that out.
So that's another thing. If you're in some other countries around Asia and you're somewhere, give us some suggestions of where we can come and visit and catch up with you.
But at the moment, we're too scared to leave the country.
Yeah, because we can't get back.
Well, we're not sure if we will, so we're a little bit scared. We are leaving as required in late January.
But we've got I put my visa in. Once Rich gets his letter from his accountant, he'll put his in. And then I think we'll apply for a digital visa in Thailand.
Which only takes 14 days. So the one in Malaysia takes 3 months, the one in Thailand takes... So I think when we go back to Australia, we'll apply for the Thai visa, and we may end up there for a bit, and this place might be empty for a bit, but that's okay. We'll work it all out. But I think that's our wrap, is it, for the day?
It is our wrap.
Yep.
I know we've
Any closing
rabbited
comments?
on a bit, but we thought it just might be cool to have a conversation about our feelings and the people we've met and what it's like coming into a brand new community where you don't know anyone.
And if you are thinking about, moving, don't be, the expats are there to help you. I suppose is the big thing I've found.
You were going to say, don't be scared. You're still going to be scared.
Yeah. Of
Feel
course
the
you
fear
are.
and do it anyway.
Exactly. But you know that you'll meet people. Get out there and meet people. Like even that picnic, you wanted to go. I was like, oh, really? I was like, yep, okay, got to do it. That's what we're here for. Can't just sit in the apartment all day. So get out there and meet the people, and they'll reciprocate it back.